When I got back from a weekend trip, I immediately sensed something was wrong. My front door had a bright red sticker on it that read, "Notice, property repossessed. Do not enter." I froze. I had paid every mortgage bill on time. I had the receipts. I had the emails. So how could my home be repossessed? I unlocked the door anyway. And the moment it opened, I heard voices inside. Two men were in my living room, measuring the walls like they were planning renovations. One of them glanced at me casually, as if I were the intruder. "Sorry, sir," he said. "We were told the previous occupant wouldn't be back." "I'm the occupant," I snapped. "This is my house." The second man frowned. "Our boss said the bank reclaimed it last month. We bought it at auction. We start remodeling tomorrow." I felt the floor tilt under me. "What auction?" "I never got any notice. I never missed a payment." He pulled up an email on his phone. A foreclosure notice addressed to Mr. Brandon Wells, not my name. Not even close. The wrong owner. The wrong person. The wrong everything. But it had my address. Before I could explain, the first man called their boss. He put the phone on speaker. The voice on the other end was cold. "If he's there, he's lying. He's been avoiding payments for a year. We legally purchased the property. Tell him to leave before we call security." "I have the deed," I said. "I can show you. He forged documents last time." The voice interrupted. "Don't let him trick you." My heartbeat thundered in my ears. I kicked the men out and locked the door, but 10 minutes later, someone pounded on it. A security guard stood there with a clipboard. "You need to vacate the premises now." I called the police. They came, but all they said was, "This is a civil dispute. Take it to court." By morning, my electricity was shut off. By afternoon, the new owners had posted a contractor sign on my lawn. And by evening, my address appeared on a real estate listing website. "For sale, investor owned, move-in ready." That's when I realized something bigger was happening. Someone had taken out a second mortgage on my house using forged documents, defaulted on it, and let that loan go into foreclosure. And the bank never checked my identity. I found a lawyer named Elena Shore, who looked at my stack of documents and said, "This isn't just a mistake. Someone targeted you." 3 weeks later, we stepped into a courtroom overflowing with tension. Across the aisle sat the supposed buyer, the foreclosure agent, and their attorney. Elena stood and laid out everything. My original deed, every payment record, my identity documents, the forged loan papers, the suspiciously rushed foreclosure, the auction sale that happened without public notice. The judge's face grew darker with every page. Then Elena held up one final paper, a transfer slip showing that the auction money had gone not to the bank, but to a private account under a fake business name. The courtroom went silent. The judge turned to the foreclosure agent. "Do you know whose account this is?" His hand shook. "No," he whispered. "I do," Elena said quietly. "It belongs to the same person who submitted the forged mortgage application." The judge leaned back. "This entire process was illegal. The house is yours, and this case is being turned over to investigators." The buyer sank into his seat, as if the floor had dropped out beneath him. After the hearing, I went home, my home, and turned the lights back on. It felt like reclaiming a piece of my life someone had tried to steal. And the best part? A month later, I received a call. The person behind the scam had been found. Finally, I could breathe again.